Hey everybody, it's come to my attention. I've been getting a lot of emails lately since I've done the new center shock gauge video, and you guys seen the little ad I did the other day for it. Well, a lot of guys are having some trouble on certain bows. The Matthews bow using the center shock gauge, you have to do it a different way. I'm going to show you how to do that today. And also on bows that are made like the Hoyt Carbon Matrix that has round surfaces, because it's kind of tubular made. One of the things you can do with that bow is, I don't have one of those to show you, but what I can do is I explain it to you, is you can, when you got your arrow rest on there, you can use your arrow rest, a bracket on the back where it's flat, to get a flat surface in order to properly be able to put the center shot gauge on there and line it with your knock. You can also use your sight bracket too, because those places are flat. I suggest go ahead and putting your sights on and putting your rest on, and then actually come off of those. And I know sometimes on that Hoyt, the truss, the riser can get in the way. It's not a big deal either to flip it around and use it on the inside of the riser. That's kind of what I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to be showing you on the Z7 of mine. I changed the arrow rest out, and I'm going to show you how to use the center shot gauge to line up a Matthews. I'm going to blow it, the myth out of the water. They say it can't be done. It's going to take me just a second, and I'll show you. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there have Matthews, and you always looked at how nice the grip looks on it, and you see that line in the back right here. Well, that line is more than just cosmetic. Yes, it's true. I know a lot of guys out there are into the bling, and that's cool because I like it too. But that line is actually like your center. It's going to be your center line. And what a lot of guys will do is they'll just put their rest up and they'll eyeball everything. You can get lucky and get it in there right, and I agree that, I've done it like that for years. But having something that's a gauge, or having something that's going to give you the precise alignment, so there's no guessing. What if you have the bow crooked when you're doing the lining up on that? What if you got a floating eyeball like I do? That could be something else. We don't want to talk about that. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do it with lining it up on this red line on the back of my grip. Okay, this red line on the back of the grip is actually supposed to be lined up dead center of that. It's kind of like, a lot of people don't know that unless you're a Matthews dealer, or you set up a lot of bows. The layman out there, the shooter, 9 times out of 10 won't know that. But what I do is I take the new center shot gauge, and on the inside of the riser, I'm going to find me a flat spot. In this situation, I'm going to be using where my quiver mount is. I'm going to put the center shot gauge right there on that bolt, okay? And then I'm going to bring it down, and you can see the grip actually has that line all the way up to there. I'm going to go ahead and slide up the gauge to where it's up there on that point of the grip, and then I'm going to slide over my little bead, and I'm going to put it dead in the center. Now, you can put it in the center, you can put it on the edge. You just have to remember what you do. I'm going to go ahead and line this puppy up dead on the center, just like that. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with my rest. Well, look at here. What you can do is just break your nut loose. Go ahead and slide up your gauge there, up as high as you can get it, or until it comes into the center part of the forks. And then go ahead and snug it back down. Okay? Now, you can tell that the rest is off a little bit. What I'll have to do is I'll have to break this rest loose, and I'm going to have to slide it over to where it gets lined up with my bead on the back of the center shot gauge. Now, I just slid it. You've seen me. I slid this dude. That doesn't matter though, because I'm going to put it right back in the same spot, but I didn't move the bead, which is the most important part. So to shorten it or to lengthen it in some cases, that's perfectly fine, and that's acceptable. You can do that. You just have to be sure to put the base of it, the nut back up there on the foot. You have to put it back on the same exact spot that you had it when you got your first measurement, and then you're going to be good to go. Now, that'll work the same way if you're doing it on a Hoyt. You can come on the inside of the riser window, and you can use it there. And in some cases, you can use it to where you actually flip around backwards. You may have it put on there, say like this, and have the center shot gauge flipped around like you normally would if you were on the back side. I mean, it's really versatile in the way you can get these points measured off of each other. Now, I just showed you guys how to do a Matthews. All you Matthews guys out there, you better have one of these in your toolbox the next time I see you, or I might give you a thumb in the eye. But seriously, That's how you do the Matthews bows. All of them are the same. Doesn't matter what brand, what year, or what name they are, or what year they are, what cam setup they have. Every one of them that's going to have that center line on the back of their grip is going to be, that's your reference point. If you guys don't know, they got the focus grip. I have one around here somewhere. Well, the focus grip is actually raised to a point to where that center line is going to be resting dead in the palm of your hand. And that's the whole point of it. That's right dead in the center of the entire world of the bow. Now, the other way of doing this measurement, like I said before, was eyeballing it, which I don't recommend doing it because I like to know when I'm out there that I've checked everything. And, you know, it's my confidence. When that big buck comes by or when I'm on the range shooting 3D, I want to know. I don't want to be like, well, I eyeballed it. Come on, man. You know, it's a little bit more precise than that. It's your game, but I don't care. That's the way I like to roll. Well, that's how you line up the Matthews with a center shot. And I explained to you how to do the Hoyt. It's not any big issues. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the center shot is probably the most crucial setting on a compound bow. Your left or right, your windage. Elevation, you can get away with murder due to the arrow rest being dropaways, you know, so that helps a whole lot. But that left to right measurement, man, it's going to really exaggerate and it's going to multiply downrange. So the farther out you shoot, the farther off it's going to be. You can rely on the eyeball. My eyeball is a floating eyeball. I've told you that. You know, using the center shot gauge, it's dead on the money. There's not going to be any second guess. I'm not going to be sitting in my tree stand and have any doubts or on the range going against Dead-Eye Dick, who's going to beat me, you know, probably anyway because I can't shoot. But anyway, I know that if I do lose the 3D shoot or if I do miss, it's not because my equipment wasn't lined up right. And you know what I'm talking about. Well, if you guys are interested in picking up one of those center shot gauges, they're available nowhere else in the entire world but on bowtuningtips.com. There's a link at the bottom of this YouTube video. There's also a link on the homepage right as soon as you get to bowtuningtips.com. Bam, it's right there. You can't miss it. And remember, it's free worldwide shipping. So all my friends that I've been selling stuff to over the years that live in all over the world, Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, the list goes on forever. Even Slovakia, I had one from Slovakia here a while back ago. I don't even know if I said that right. But anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I sure hope it helps you out and get that Matthews lined up dead on. Until then, stay tuned. I will see you next time.